Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, yay.
Hey, it's Gabby the Game Night here, and I am back playing some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All Manvisi. He is playing, and it's December 30th, 9:41 a.m., District Court, Defend Lobby number 5.
Did you call it Phoenix, right?
I don't think so.
Feels like you did. And also, how do you know my pronouns are he?
You have not expressed any difference.
And you never asked either. You just assumed. And you know when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
I apologize for my first words not being, Dad, what are your pronouns?
No, I'm not saying it had to be your first words, but you had some opportunities between then and now. It's not like, I talked to you when I was first born, haven't talked to you since then. I gleaned all I needed to know in those first few seconds. Good morning, Max. Oh, yeah, good morning, sweeties.
What, you voice Max now?
Hey, you don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Tee-hee.
Tee-hee indeed.
Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. We're Regina. How fabulous, my sweetie pie princess. You came to watch my performance today? Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this. Mo said that? So what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end, are? It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh?
Indeed.
I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't, yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is.
How'd she get here?
Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience. Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there.
We're gonna talk about how your dad died.
Good luck, Max. You're the best. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? What are the odds they would come in with that? Mo's the clown, right?
Yeah.
Top of the morning to ya!
I love that.
Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How long can you go? Or how low? Either way. Mo. Top of the morning to you, governor. The game is mocking us now.
Why, Mo? Because they keep freaking mocking us.
Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have the milk. Oh my, thanks.
Suppose it has like 7 cartons of milk.
So are you today, right? Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm going to face off against the real culprit. You mean Acro? Huh? You think he did it? Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare. If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses. What are you going to do then, Nick? I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth. You're right, but it's gonna be tough. Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. You want us to make sure Regina watches? Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today. What's that supposed to mean? You need to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. I mean, how is this exactly going to prove that he doesn't become a star, though?
I don't know.
Is that cat sticking his tongue out?
Yes, and I don't know why.
I've seen plenty of cats do that before. Did you get a picture?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Then we can continue with the game.
Yeah, so I got distracted.
Pardon this minor interruption.
I've never seen a cat take out his tongue like that before. Court is now in session for the trial of Maximo and Galactica. Holy shit, that cat's sticking out stuff.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well, Miss Von Comma, you may proceed with your case.
The prosecution would like to revise its previous series of events.
What's the meaning of this?
We've already been in court on this case?
Yes, we have.
God, I forgot all about that.
I just uploaded that video.
I forgot about that. We have discovered a new... Oh, that's right, the clown on the stand. I remember that now. We have discovered a new witness. Never mind the fact that it's on the computer behind me. Or shall I say, a new eyewitness. Ones that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime.
Order, order! I had a feeling something like this would come up.
Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene, on my orders. Poor Gumshoe.
Very well, please call your witness to the stand.
Time to get to work. Or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope.
Okay, so I guess not much pressing with Aqua. As they said before the case.
Name and occupation. How did I do his voice? Wasn't it almost like Surfer Dude Australian?
Something like that.
Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat by the Very Big Circus. Now I'm starting to do Irish and him.
No, I'm
I didn't mean to. Where were you the night of the crime? I was in my room that night.
That night of the crime.
If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene. Yeah. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay.
I honestly don't know how he explains it.
It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then, a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like.
But how would he be flying?
To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming.
You will go back to bed. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown.
What happened on clown there?
I speak very good.
If that is the case, there's very little the prosecution need add. No. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the skies that night.
Yeah, very important.
Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. The foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Miss Phoenix, right?
Take a shot every time she says fool.
This is like Freshworth. What happened to? That's what I'd be like if I did that. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did. I gotta go find Edgeworth.
Oh, feet out the wall. Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony?
In the words of Ms. Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened.
Very well. You may proceed with your cross-examination.
We should play some GeoGuessr.
GeoGuessr is good.
So you don't want me to press? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, we can still press him. It's a scene in the game that's like, oh, why? You evidence.
You said that you were resting in bed. One would thus assume that you turned the lights off in your room, correct? That's correct. There are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. It's so bright, sometimes it can make it hard to sleep.
If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close the curtains?
I never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off to buy some curtains.
Sometimes I do make myself useful in these chambers. Ah!
The witness will proceed with his testimony. Your room is on the 3rd floor, right? Yes. And you said that you were resting in bed. That's correct. But you were still able to hear a sound from outside? I was indeed. Pressing actor doesn't seem to get results.
Oh, I might have to put...
But maybe something was contradictory in what he said just now. Damn it, what
What's
did
that?
he say just now?
Let's see. He was able to hear the sound.
Yeah. Say he was resting in his bed.
Yeah.
I don't know. Should I try? There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given. Is this a contradiction? Then prove it with evidence!
She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction? Do you?
I don't even know what the contradiction is.
So he was resting in bed, then he heard a loud thump. I don't know what would we contradict that with? I don't think we have something saying, there no thump. He said it was around
the time?
10, but like 10:15, so.
I got nothing else.
What in the world is this?
You just don't get it, do you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What don't I get? You're not going to be able to get through this one with your usual bluff routine. Your client looks to be ready to take off once again. Straight towards a guilty verdict.
You bluffing? I will not forgive any more mockeries made of this court. I bluff all the time, Your Honor.
Witness, would you mind repeating your testimony? Certainly.
Oh, no penalty.
It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time...
Wait, why is this being read again? There's the green text.
Yeah, I know, but I was hoping I could find something in it.
Oh. Don't know, sponsor. I mean, the game seemed to be steering us away from pressing him.
I understand. A few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. Ackroyd must be lying about what he saw, right? Of course he is. Now the challenge will be to expose his lies in court. Well, put the pedal to the metal, Nick.
My only thought is maybe Max Galactica? I don't know. We can try pressing on it. See if it yields any more results, even if the game is steering us away from pressing.
I'm gonna look at my evidence real quick. I mean, the hat was found at the crime scene.
Yeah.
Could that be it? Because he's saying he could tell it was Max?
Yeah, let's try pressing on that first. See if it gets any more info, just in case.
The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to see clearly a human fly by your window? The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front.
Did you see any of the other symbols?
I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body.
How would you see his silk hat,
I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica.
Yes, sure.
The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. I don't know, that seemed pretty useful.
Okay, so the press leads straight to evidence. At least at this
There is a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given. Is this a contradiction? Then prove it with evidence!
She's right. Let's see some evidence. And not just the autopsy report this time. Do you have any evidence to support your claim?
You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. Well, about the silk hat. I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state that I'm in. Just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me. And that's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat.
Where are you going with this, Mr. White? I think it's pretty obvious. Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats? Ah, yeah, of course, yeah.
No. This is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand.
Oh,
Dirty fibber.
Order, order!
As always, it looks like someone has just had to open their mouth before sinking. Are you okay, Nick? Well, I opened my big mouth and now I have to back it up.
How about it, Mr. White? What did you call this witness to commit perjury in this court today? Well, he doesn't have a grudge against Max. I mean, like, everyone does, but this isn't what it's about, so... Only one real answer.
He was dreaming.
Yeah, obviously. Boy's taking a little nap.
Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. On this occasion?
Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of?
Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry.
Mr. White, are you serious?
Deadly serious, Your Honor. Ha, ha, ha. I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab at an audience's hearts and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by the theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book.
Really?
If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to almost be scary.
And?
He is staying rather calm and collected.
Okay, and?
I just like that scene.
Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to this accusation?
I don't really need to say a thing, do I?
What do you mean?
Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house.
That's true.
I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of a murder of all things... See? Even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous.
So you think just because he's in a wheelchair he can't commit murder?
He's right. We're big on the disabled, you heartless cruel man. He's a poopy head. See that, Mr. Phoenix poopy head, right? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got the doctor's note to confirm that Ack was unable to stand on his own power.
Who said he needed to stand?
Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice.
What do you say about this, Mr. White? Did Acro have an accomplice?
It's impossible for Acro to be the murderer in this case. If that's the case, then it's natural for one to consider possible accomplices.
You don't say.
Not good. Not good. This isn't going to end well. Don't tell me you think you're going to get off easy. What? You must not have heard that sound just now. Maybe it wasn't clear enough. The sound of you falling into your own trap can be hard to notice sometimes.
Mr. White? Seems as if you won't be stopping at Acro for making other accusations. If Acro did not have an accomplice, things are not looking good for you.
I understand, Your Honor.
Very well, let's continue. Who, perchance, would happen to be Acro's accomplice? You don't say!
Uh-oh. This is suddenly looking very, very bad. Don't tell me you think you're going to get off easy. What a splendid accomplice. I'm sure this accusation is built on solid foundation. Foundation?
Yes, Mr. White. Do you have any proof that this was the accusing dating accomplice? don't think we're going the right direction with this.
Well, what else could it be? The monkey lives in his room and brings him shit.
Not having an accomplice.
Seemed odd. I thought it was either the monkey or the clown.
No, the clown's like the only good person in this case.
Oh, seemed like he was setting us up.
No.
That's why he wanted Regina here.
He's genuinely like the only good person.
I'm not. Can I even back out of this? Do I have to present something at this point?
I think so. I don't think it's the monkey because
okay, well here we go.
Dialogue for that. Maya Bay is evidence. Maya, tell him.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, I.
No, you do Phoenix now.
Yes, Your Honor. You go.
This piece of evidence is lacking in persuasive power. No, you do her too.
You didn't miss that sound, did you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You know, the sound of me receiving a penalty!
Doof?
Okay, I think we named it back.
Wait, you gotta do Maya too.
What are you doing, Nick? I'm not evidence!
What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? No, since this must be when we get to his names. Wait, I thought it... I clicked on it wrong. I'm so sorry.
Wait, no, did you click the right thing?
I thought I did.
I'm pretty sure.
Not this time, Von Karma. What? You're not going to sucker me into this one.
What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright?
What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright?
What are you blabbering about, Mr.
What
Wright?
are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright?
What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright?
There was no accomplice. Acro planned to commit this murder all by himself. Thought for sure it was the monkey.
Order! I mean, the monkey is involved, but it's not an accomplice. What are you getting at?
Way to keep them on their toes, Nick. Now I'm going to have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that? I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Alright, then let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright, if this witness is the killer, then this eyewitness account is all lies, right?
Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, where exactly was Mr. Dingling?
I don't have a fucking clue.
Well, think hard.
Did he kill him from his house?
Maybe. Okay, he wasn't over there.
I'm stopping to take a drink, I think.
Look, there's only like 2 places he could.
Well, Your Honor, I'm pretty sure he was like way over here in this unmarked... He was over here where it says present. I know it's supposed to be present, but it's where the presents are kept here.
Look, there's only like 2 possible places.
He was obviously here the entire time.
That's Acro's rule.
Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can be only one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. What? Are you nuts?
What say you, Mr. Dingling?
Bub. It's an interesting theory.
Man, this guy would be great at poker.
That's it? Considering that what you propose is impossible, yes, that's it.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there's no way you could go to the scene or be the killer. We never said he did.
You've got a point. It seems to have forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true.
That's so fucking stupid.
Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he?
I hate that thought so much. You understand why I meant it.
But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet. Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here... She's right. I can't mess up here. I've got to give this one some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster. And he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it.
Time to enlighten us on how Mr. Tingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright.
I don't know. I mean, I have a theory, but I don't know if I have any evidence to back it up.
I don't know. What's your theory? Your game theory?
Just for that, I'm not talking to you anymore.
No! Seriously though, what's your theory? He dropped a line on her.
I mean, there's the note. I don't know if that's going to be any evidence, though. It doesn't really prove how anything was done. Should I present the note?
I don't know, honestly.
Or should I present the statue?
It's either one. Like, all of the thing, like, pretty much everything on this screen could be it. I guess maybe just the bust in the note, like, I don't know, honestly. All of them are related to it.
It says how he committed the crime, not that he did, so... I have to go to... I'm going to present some evidence.
So what did Mr. Tingling use to commit the crime of murder against Russell Bay?
Huh?
Okay, saying what did he use to murder?
I know,
himself?
so, It's a badge? The badge? He stole my badge
Very
and chucked it at
precise throw. What's that? A picture?
It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture.
The bust?
It's quite a large bust, and because it is life-size, it is also very, very heavy. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death. Especially if it was dropped from a third-story window.
Oh, he's getting angry.
See? This is how Acro was able to kill the ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust.
Yeah! Order!
The name of this episode better be Ample Bust. Or Max's Ample Bust.
So you're saying the bust fell onto the ringmaster?
A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit. How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible! Well, Acro is an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust.
Mr. Tingling, how do you respond to these charges?
No, sir, I don't like them. Well, Acro's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro, you can't run away from things. Ah!
You just rip me.
I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? Your Honor, the physical house of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself.
Testimony, you say? I do like some good testimony.
Fine, Karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time. Never seen ruse spelled that way. It was R-O-U-S-E. I was gonna say Rouse, but I'm like, context tells me it's ruse. Pretty sure ruse is R-U-S-E. There's absolutely no need for such testimony. The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond.
The defense's objections are ruled.
Why can't he see things my way once in a while? Try to see it my way.
Mr.
Do I have to
Dickman, I'm
keep
sorry,
on talking
we need you
till
to
I
testify
can't
about your
go
physical
on?
condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony.
The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. I am starting to veer more into French than German. If I was ever doing German in the first place. Yeah. Thank you. A woman will sink to any load to win a case. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think?
Ho, ho, ho. No. I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony.
It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to an even more severe injury.
That's what I was thinking. Well, what is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright?
Nuh-uh, he did it.
Oh, shit! Not guilty for Max. Ackville jail.
I still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It is shameful, really.
You're simply
stalling. Yeah, it is shameful, yeah. Bad. Get to me. Got to focus.
Yeah.
Even with cats meowing.
Yeah.
And potentially fighting.
A lot of cats in this courtroom.
Well, we got birds, so why not?
Okay, so I think it was still pressing.
Oh. I thought pressing led to evidence.
Well, it didn't really lead to much this time.
That crazy monkey has lifted Max's bust before.
Maybe we should be pressing now. I don't know. Please continue with your testimony, Mr. Dingley.
I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and his legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible.
We know he could lift the bust.
There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to know the location of the ringmaster's head. This would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust anymore. I don't know what evidence I have that's going to contradict that without pressing more.
Well, we know he could lift it. Is there any way for him to have known where the ringmaster would be?
I mean, the trunk with the pepper in it, but I mean, I wouldn't know the exact location.
Would he?
Well, did he fucking say, hey, ringmaster, meet me in this exact spot at this exact time?
There's a note, you know.
Oh, that's right.
That says, hey, meet me in this.
Never mind.
So yes, he in fact did. You don't present like that, though.
Well, he said he wouldn't know the location.
Maybe we had to press that.
Oh yeah, don't press.
Well, last time we had to press 10%. It's like pressing couldn't get us new evidence, but... Look, this case is dumb, okay?
Why do you say it would be impossible? Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out below the window. Thus, there is no way that I would know the location of the ringmaster's head. Well, I suppose you've got a point. Hey, Nick. Huh? Remember that thing you presented a minute ago? Maybe present it now. What if you turn things around? Maybe if you think of it sort of like this. If he knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust. It does make sense. Maybe I should have presented that note. Wait, I did! Only I could prove it somehow. Wait, I can! That acro knew the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down. Maybe if I had just pressed like my instincts were to do, but then somebody told me not to and just present the evidence. I think I've already explained things sufficiently.
No? Do you have to present something else there? Maybe we should keep pressing.
If all you had to do was drop it, then it wouldn't have been a problem at all. If all I had to do was drop it, you're right, I could have done that. However, there's no way that I could land a direct hit on the ringmaster's head.
So that kind of makes your theory a bit pointless, doesn't it, Mr. Wright?
Acro is strong enough to lift up the bust. The main problem is how he could have aimed for the ringmaster's head. I wonder if he used some kind of a tool to aim for the ringmaster. That's the ticket, Nick. Show them what you've got.
Or do you have to present the box instead?
I have to be careful. I have to find something that fits perfectly with the case. I don't remember us finding any sort of tool. But maybe we overlooked something. Okay, I'm completely confused at this point.
Maybe we have to present the box instead. At that moment. Because the box was like at that location already.
Oh, the box was already there. He was going out to the box?
Yeah, I think so.
I was assuming he was carrying the box.
It might say that in the box's description. It doesn't. Maybe it says it in the note or something. Yeah, you gotta say it's in the box.
Acro, you didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you? Where are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add. Your silly hinting of things is pointless, Mr. Wright. And those, darling, how about you show some evidence?
We will.
But I did such a good job hinting.
Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright.
Maybe you should take a look at this.
Look at this photograph. That guy's dead.
Dr. Eggman, clearly dead after Sonic killed him.
Oh.
The key point here is the wooden box.
The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over?
The same. Question is, who placed the wooden box here?
Who?
When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime.
I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense.
The moment that the bus came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear.
You mean? If the bus would fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box,
there would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim.
No! Order! It's unbelievable!
Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go from here. Forward. Never backward after what we need.
So the next question I have is, who placed the wooden box at the scene? I fucking wonder.
It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down.
Ah! Allow me to whip some sense into you! Mr. Phoenix, ow! Ow! The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box.
That's why the box was so specially made.
Specially made?
Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature.
It's very heavy, I think.
20 pounds.
Yeah. But that's just the box itself.
But what would make his head be in a specific position, though?
I don't see how the size of the weight would help. You'd have to lean over to pick it up, I don't know.
But it wasn't made with its contents. Okay, if you think that's what it is.
I didn't say the contents, I said the weight.
You said that you don't see how the size of the weight would matter.
Did I say the weight?
You did!
I admit.
Damn it.
I said the weight first, and then I was trying to continue that.
You said I don't see how the size of the weight would matter.
Well, the first thing I said was it was heavy.
I know, but then you said I don't see how the size or the weight would matter.
Well,
ruling out two of the three things.
You should have double confirmed. Okay.
God damn it.
Well, we're going on with this, so yeah. No, Nick, you didn't think no. There's no penalty at least.
Having to do this is a penalty. The box is a remarkable weight. Weight?
According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds.
Just to lift up this wooden box would have required.
Oh, I see. One would have to squat down, then lift up with the body, wouldn't you say?
That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large.
The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it?
That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means, no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. Fool! Burb.
Bub.
Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills.
Did you do it? Did you place this one box in the plaza?
Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing.
And why you said that?
What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? Yeah, it was the cafeteria, right?
Yeah.
Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. Now do I get to present the damn monkey?
Then what happened to it?
I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. Ah, that means... You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bus from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bus from the cafeteria to my room?
You foolish fool. You know exactly how.
You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright, explain that! Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice.
Well...
Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bus from the cafeteria. Yep, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed, or superplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happened once and for all.
Alright, Mr. White, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room?
Is it monkey time?
Monkey time! Throw it. A monkey?
Everyone knows Money. He loves shiny objects of any size.
Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist ring.
So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? I tried to get to this like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
We skipped a lot of this. Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own, and then brought it back home. Fucker.
Home?
Money lives in Acro's room.
Acro's room!
La 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 la, la 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 la, Acro's room. But the bus was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny.
Your face isn't all that shiny.
Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record.
My, those are very nice cards he's holding.
Yes, and they're made of platinum, which is very shiny. Wah! Acro. Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bus back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate.
Order, I said order, Miss Von Karma. Where is the bust in question at this moment?
I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak.
It's a rather strange turn of events. Let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then?
Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon. Wait. Then you mean this bust was the murder weapon purely by accident? It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer.
Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow!
Don't seem so bamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix, right? Yeah. And what is that? He's just mocking her now. You should know! You forgot that your fraud of a magical clown was spotted as a crime!
Yeah, obviously it was his fault.
There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony.
That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright?
Nick, don't let her beat you now. I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around. When the murder occurred, there were no people as a crime!
No.
One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answers isn't only this, Mr. Phoenix, right? Who was the murderer the clown saw?
I wonder.
I kind of got lost doing the voice there. What am I supposed to be doing?
You gotta say who's the quote-unquote murderer. It's the bust.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was the bus or if the monkey was involved again. He saw Max's... I asked you who's the other person... No, I'm going too French there. I asked you who's the other person most saw in the scene! So apparently to me, German is just angry French.
Oh,
I apologize. So evidence has nothing to do with the question! Au contraire, mon frere. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Now Phoenix is speaking French. He's just really screwing me up. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw.
How is that possible?
It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's ample bust.
Oh, yeah.
What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case?
I don't have
The
one.
silhouette you saw was wearing a cloak!
Yeah, that's a really stupid explanation for that.
There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang one of the cards. It would be easy to hang one off of the cards in the bust's hands. Idiot! Who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bust? It doesn't matter who put it on the bust.
Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of the utmost importance in this case, don't you agree?
He caught me.
Yo! So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? Yeah, this is really stupid. I don't even know what exactly to present.
It's not monkey time again?
No, the monkey didn't put it though.
Did Max put the cloak on the bust?
No.
Did the clown?
No.
Certainly not Acro, because that wouldn't be silly.
Yeah.
Did Regina?
No.
Okay, I'm starting to run out of fucking people here.
It's... I don't even know. I mean... I don't even know.
The lion was dead by then.
I don't know what you're supposed to present to. Because how the cloak got onto the bust is really stupid.
Badge?
No.
Picture the crime scene, the hat.
I don't know how to help without explaining how the cloak got on the bust. But also, I feel like it's a bit... I don't even know what you're supposed to present.
Am I missing something obvious here? And like, I should have clearly seen that's how it happened.
Well, someone was wearing a cloak.
Okay, I got you now. For fool! Him?
You're saying who's the victim himself, Russell Berry?
That's what I'm saying. Is the victim himself placed the cloak on the bust? Placed the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it.
Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright?
Explain yourself! Nick, do you really have a handle on all of this? I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright, so you want to know what really happened that night. Let's step back in time. Acro used the rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust, and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bus hit the victim, yeah, that is some bad animation.
Yeah.
The point is not as ridiculous as you made it seem.
It's not terrible, but like...
You were just a second, said Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It cannot be. It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Ms. Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet. What? The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. That impact also caused the sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Moe Curls, the clown. Larry, Moe, and Curly. I didn't even notice that. It's the Three Stooges. When Moe looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Moe saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it. Primarily because in his wheelchair he couldn't see out of his window, so he just kept pulling the bust up.
I hate this case.
It's not nearly as bad as how you painted it, though. And that is how the magical murder disappearing into the sky came to be. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro, it could only have been you. Acro's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now. So, what now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove your fairy tale is true?
Evidence?
In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip!
Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. And my axe.
And my bow.
Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence?
Nick, they say they want evidence. I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. But there is still something unusual about Moe's eyewitness account.
There's?
Unusual? A contradiction, actually.
There's?
Okay then, use that and get out of this jam.
I don't remember this eyewitness proposal. That's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. What the fuck do you mean? I would hard prove that you have unraveled the trick to the... What the fuck do you mean? What do you mean hard proof? That we've unraveled the trick to this magic case? What do you mean? What do you mean? You want some pepper? We got pepper? I don't... What would be the contradiction? I don't remember what Mo even said last time.
No, me neither, not really.
And we're gonna talk about the pepper. We can talk about the lion. We can talk about the pepper and the lion.
But what does that have anything to do with Moe's eyewitness account?
Yeah.
Hold on. Time of death 10:15. Blunt force shot to the back of the head. Heavy box. Found inside the wooden box. Why do we have this?
I don't know.
Is this important somehow?
It shows the bust.
Oh, well,
And then we have another picture of the bust.
yeah, so
I don't fucking know.
I kind of want to present this, but I don't think it really matters.
I don't know what was supposed to present him. We only have like 2 chances left.
But, like, I don't even know why we have this at this point.
Yeah, but like, what does it have to do with anything?
Well, neither one of us can clearly remember. Okay, we're gonna pause and gonna take a look at Mo's testimony and come back. To the murderer, you haven't forgotten what happened 6 months ago, have you? I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 p.m. tonight at the Lodging House Plaza.
And we haven't presented that. We haven't presented the note yet.
So. I know, but what does that have to do with Mo's eyewitness testimony still? He said we're looking for a contradiction in Mo's testimony.
I don't know what anything has to do with his eyewitness testimony. I can see nothing that has to do with that.
I seriously want to go back and watch the tape of Mo's testimony.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Could it... It's not because of the positions of their rooms, is it?
No.
You're sure about that?
Yeah.
Well, then what's the answer, since you're so sure?
I don't know.
Great.
Please, it's not that.
Well, you said no, so we'll try note.
That's all I have, but yeah, no. I don't know. What did Mo even talk about?
Try again. If they had been silent for 2 more seconds, I would have screamed. Nick, they say they want evidence.
Yeah, what evidence?
I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. But there is still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account.
Hat.
The problem is Max's 3 symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses.
Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings.
Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions in Mo's testimony. The silk hat was one, the white roses was the other. But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions. You fool! Do you ever shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday? He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust's. Pretty sure we explained that already, but I guess it was only because it was when Acro was saying it.
Yeah. Makes sense if you look at it that way, that he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of.
Fine, you've got one, but what's about the other contradiction?
The other contradiction?
I'm definitely
the one we just mentioned 3 seconds ago?
I'm definitely veering too far from bad German into bad French. Remember what's eventually said in court? He says he's a witness. He witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown says that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick?
Yeah.
Of course, I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust.
Duh.
Ah! Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust.
Order! Order!
Should have, rolled your R's there. Order!
I can't roll my R's. Fuck you.
Order!
Cool.
It's the cats in the room again.
It's quite the shocking state of affairs.
So many cats in this courtroom.
Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where.
Oh my god, aren't we done yet?
Nope. Still got a second half of this.
Second half?
Let's do this, Nick. Maybe one go
Mickey
finally throw in the towel.
Oh, let's do this, Nick.
I did not go the high pitch.
You started to. Then maybe if I come, we'll finally throw in the towel.
They do not look like throwing in any towels.
I thought this was the end. I thought we were finished with this.
No.
Well, so much for
Haven't
that
used
theory.
the pepper.
Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there is absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Akko's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. Well, what do we do? There's no doubting that Akko deeply respected the ringmaster. Akko's motive.
It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel there's a good place to take a break. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court, I'll take a 10-minute recess. Thanks for watching this episode of Gabby the Game Night.com. Say multiple names.
Remember, bad German is just angry bad French.
Good night.
Gabby the Game Night, Gabby the Game Night, Gabby the Game Night, yay. Come on and watch her play. New games every other day. If you subscribe now, you won't miss out on any of the action. So come on, click that subscribe button.